It's 1943 in the Jim Crow era. Since the emancipation of enslaved people, everything was done to keep African Americans as second-class citizens. Being a person of color meant you were blocked from voting, education, jobs, owning property. You couldn't share schools, restrooms, water fountains, doors, and you couldn't sit at the front of the bus. But it's a normal day for Rosa Parks, and she gets on a bus driven by one Mr. Blake. Now, one of Mr. Blake's favorite things to do was to have black people pay at the front of the bus, then make them get out of the bus and walk to the back door to get in. But he especially loved to drive off without letting them get back on. He was a horrible man. Rosa stepped on and paid, but when he told her to get out of the bus and go get in at the back, she did not want to. He told her she would and put his hands on her. There was an altercation and he threw her from the bus. Rosa avoided Mr. Blake's bus from then on. Fast forward to 1955. Rosa gets on a bus and sits in the middle. It gets full and one white man is left without a seat. A black passenger is going to have to give up theirs. And to Rosa's absolute horror, she sees Mr. Blake coming down the aisle towards her. She hadn't noticed it was his bus. He tells her entire row to get up because it's not just one person who needs to give up their seat, but all four sitting in that row had to move so one white man didn't have to sit in the same row as any black people. The other three in her row get up and move. Rosa turns her knees to let the man sitting beside her out and then slides over by the window. "Are you gonna stand up?" Mr. Blake asked. "No," she said. "Well, I'm gonna have you arrested." "You may do that," she said completely calm, and became an American hero.